What is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Today I'm back for my predicted 11 video. All of our preview content here on TalkNorwichCity is now sponsored by Fritzbit, so a big thank you to them for sponsoring the preview series on this channel. It helps the channel out big time. But anyway, let's get straight into today's predicted 11 ahead of Wigan Athletic on Tuesday night. So in goal, I'm actually going with John Ruddy. Yes, I've switched things up a bit. I've gone with Ruddy in goal. I just think McGovern's been good and McGovern has made good saves and he's kept a few clean sheets, but I think it certainly highlighted to me on Saturday that he maybe isn't as commanding as Ruddy, he maybe isn't as vocal as Ruddy, and I think at times that can cost you. I'm not saying McGovern's been poor at all. I think he's stepped in admirably well. Admirably well. I can't say admirably. Admirably, you know what I mean. He stepped in well, McGovern did. That's enough of that. I just think Ruddy is the better keeper to a certain extent, and he's fit, so you might as well get him back in there. For me at right back, it's obviously Ivo Pinto. August's player of the month, all-round nice guy, and he brings the pitch war to the Yellow Army. Ivo Pinto, top draw player. The centre-back partnership pretty much picks itself. Tim Close, I'm actually going with him next to Ryan Bennett. A few changes in this team, and one of the changes I've made is to drop Russell Martin, which is harsh because Russell Martin was really good against Cardiff, but I just prefer Bennett at centre-back, and with Olsen coming back into the squad with fitness, he's being declared fit, so you obviously put Olsen back in there, and Martin for me isn't better than any of them back four, and it's very tough to drop a player who scored a goal, got man of the match and contributed heavily to the team. But for me, this is how good this team is. We have to drop Russell Martin out of it for me. The midfield partnership, I'm going with the Rolls Royce that is Johnny Howson. I think he hasn't been exceptional this season, but by his standards, he hasn't been exceptional, but he's still a top draw championship player and he's a crucial part to this team. Next to him, I'm actually going with Graham Dorrans. Yes, I've dropped Alex Tete out of the squad. I really like Graham Dorrans and I feel that he's probably one of the most underrated Norwich City players. I think it showed on Saturday that with Dorrans in the squad, we keep the ball so much better. I can remember at the tail end of the last championship campaign, so a couple of years ago, we played well with Dorrans in the team. He scored a few goals. He keeps the ball well. Technically, he's solid. I think he's technically more advanced than Alex Tete, and I just think he brings a bit more to the table. And with Tete's knees and everything, you kind of want to rest him, and I think this is the type of game you want to rest Tete in. So for me, Dorrans goes in there. The three behind the striker, I'm going with Pritchard. I thought he looked lively, nearly scored a couple of times when he came on, an £8 million player, one of the finest championship players. So Alex Pritchard goes in there for me on the left wing. In behind the striker, the magician that is Wesley Hoolahan, undroppable at the moment. And then on the right, I've gone for Jacob Murphy. Now, once again, no Canos in here, which is harsh, I know, but it's very tough to pick this team when you've got a full squad. Our injuries are less prominent now. We've got players returning, and it's so hard to pick a team because we've got so many good players. And then obviously let me put the striker in there. I'm going with Cameron Jerome. I know we've got Oliveira, but apparently it's still too early for him. His fitness isn't quite up to scratch. I think he's just trying to settle into the squad. But Jerome was excellent against Cardiff. I thought he took his chance well in the end. How he scored that instead of the first one, I'll never know. But he works tirelessly, does Cameron Jerome. He presses well. I've seen more than ever this season, Jerome's been contributing defensively. He's made crucial blocks at crucial times. I remember back to the Bristol game and made a few big headers and blocks in the game against Cardiff. So Jerome does more than score goals. He's already got 3 goals this season. He's scoring at a good ratio. And for me, Cameron Jerome is a top draw player in this league. So that is my team. I mean, there's so many different options. You can bring Canos in there maybe for Murphy. You can bring Josh Murphy in, who scored at the weekend. You could bring Pritchard into the middle. You've still got the £8 million Stephen Naismith not even featuring in this team. You could put Martin in the defence. There's so many different options. You could get Tete in there. This is more than ever, I want you guys to comment on this because I want to know your starting 11. I know some of you will disagree, I know some of you will agree, but I'd love to see the common consensus on what we currently think the strongest Norwich City squad is, because I think this is A few others might think otherwise, but we've got a solid formation now. We've got solid players in here, and there's no reason why we shouldn't beat Wigan. Anyway, go and check out my other preview video. It's a bit different to normal. I've done the top 5 reasons or the top 5 things you need to know ahead of the Wigan game. And yeah, all of this preview content is sponsored by Fritzbits, which helps the channel out massively. So a big thank you to them. It's run by a Norwich City fan, so it's got to be good. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you at Wigan on Tuesday, and peace out. Hey, what is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Today I'm back with my top 5 things that you guys need to know ahead of Tuesday night's game against Wigan Athletic. A bit of a change up from a normal...